What if you could maintain your M3 data directly in Excel? See how this is possible with Vince Excel, VXL. VXL is an application used on top of M3, and its main purpose is to give the users an easy way to maintain M3 data in Excel. Let's take a quick look at how VXL is built. The VXL application consists of two parts: the VXL client and the VXL server. Meet Adam, the administrator, and Ken from accounting. They are colleagues and work in the same company. Ken works with maintaining master data and uses Microsoft Excel as one of his most important tools. Thanks to the VXL client he has installed locally on his computer, he can extract data from Infor M3 and modify them in Excel. Using predefined VXL functions, he can collect data from several tables in M3 and display them in one or multiple spreadsheets in an Excel file, all in one operation. Instead of exporting all data from all the different M3 tables, VXL makes it possible for Ken to export only the information he needs. Working in Excel, Ken can edit M3 data by changing, adding, or deleting rows and columns. When he is done, Ken can upload the spreadsheet back to M3. If there are any errors in the data, API messages will indicate this directly in Ken's spreadsheet. A unique feature of VXL is that several API updates to M3 can be triggered from a single spreadsheet. Let's return to Adam, the administrator. Adam is the M3 application manager. He also uses VXL, but as a VXL administrator he has access to what is called the VXL server. The server is used for configuration of functions and security in VXL. Adam is naturally concerned about security, but knows that this is well taken care of in VXL. All data transactions are kept between the end user's local client and M3. And the end users, like Ken in accounting, need to have an authorized M3 login. All updates of M3 data are logged with the end user's user ID. With the VXL server, Adam can control who has access to VXL. He can assign roles and privileges, and has the ability to control the features and functions of the various VXL users. Vince Excel comes with a wide range of predefined Excel templates and even some ready-made VXL functions. In addition, Adam can easily create new customized functions for his company. VXL can be used in many different ways, and a number of companies have VXL users in many different departments to facilitate efficient M3 data maintenance. Generally speaking, VXL is used for M3 implementation, periodic data maintenance, and operations data maintenance. I hope you found this short video on Vince Excel of interest. If you want to discuss Vince Excel in detail, please let us know by clicking the link. Thank you. I'm thrilled to introduce the cloud edition of Vince Excel, VXL Live. Still the best solution for managing Infor M3 data directly in Excel, but now, even better than before. VXL Live is the perfect Vince Excel edition for all Infor M3 customers with Ion Gateway. Get ready to experience the ease and convenience you've always wanted. VXL Live integrates seamlessly into Excel, using an Excel add-in sidebar. The new sidebar gives you direct access to all your VXL tools in one convenient place, so you can spend less time navigating between multiple screens, and more time focusing on what's important. VXL's high-speed import and export capabilities make it easy to transfer data between M3 and Excel, saving you time and increasing your productivity. With the new workflow capabilities, administrators can automate tasks and streamline their data management process, freeing up time for other important tasks. The new VXL Live also offers the ability to connect to other systems besides M3. Become an early bird and reap the exclusive benefits of being among the first to access VXL Live and experience a continuous rollout of new and exciting features as they are introduced. I hope VXL Live has caught your attention. If you'd like to learn more, please feel free to reach out to us.
Information security is of vital importance in today's hyper-connected world, particularly for business-critical systems like your ERP. But, when it comes to Infor M3, effective security is sometimes a challenge. Setting up and maintaining users, roles, and functions is time-consuming, particularly for larger firms. Often, to save time, users are therefore granted access to too much. Furthermore, API security can be highly complex, and segregation of duty functions must be managed outside of M3 altogether. Vince VSE has been designed to make Infor M3 security simple and user-friendly, allowing you to build and implement a robust access model that not only keeps your business safe, it satisfies your auditors too. VSE gives you a comprehensive overview of user security within Infor M3, including permissions across users, roles, and functions. The tool even supports multi-unit companies. An intuitive design speeds up the process of defining and implementing your desired access model in accordance with your business needs. If you include AD integration in your Vince security solution, it becomes much easier to keep track of company joiners, movers, and leavers. Revoke access when people leave. And grant the relevant permissions for new hires automatically. Also, when people change responsibilities, the manager can quickly assign the relevant roles in the AD module of VSE. Comprehensive API security is also available. Vince VSE API module has mapped the APIs to your Infor M3 function settings to save you time. Rest assured that your ERP is safe from external threats. An additional segregation of duty module is based on 35 rules predefined by one of the Big Four in accounting, globally. SOD practices help reduce the risk of fraud and minimize user errors, all while keeping your auditors happy. A built-in audit trail helps you track any key changes made at the user level. Audit trails aren't just an important business control, they also help protect you from internal threats. VSE as a solution communicates with Infor M3 via REST APIs, allowing for seamless propagation of changes across your systems. I hope you have found this short video on Vince VSE of interest. If you want to discuss VSE in detail, or if you already have a project defined to improve your M3 user security, please let us know. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to this video about the review module in VSE, the ultimate software solution to improve security in M3. If you're responsible for ensuring the security of your Infor M3 environment, you know how important it is to keep track of who has access to what. But with many users and roles to manage, it can be tough to keep everything organized. That's where the review module in VSE comes in. With the review module, you can set up periodic tasks to review the access your users have to M3. This helps you ensure that users have the correct roles, and that your security setup is transparent, accessible, and compliant. The review module reduces the workload on the IT department by letting managers do the reviews themselves. In addition, the review module will help you keep auditors happy and ensure your business is always compliant. Let me show you how easy it is. The first step is to create a review group. In VSE, you will find review groups under User and Role Review in the left menu. A review group is often equivalent to a department in your company but can also be other compositions of users according to your requirements. To create a new group, simply click the plus sign up here. Then, you give the review group an ID and a name. And finally, a brief description. To add managers to the review group, click the Add button. In the dialog box that pops up, you can filter and select which users you want to be group managers. In this example, I choose the Vince admin, Louis Litt and Jessica Pearson. Then I mark that the Vince admin should stand as group owner, and click OK, before I save the new review group. To add users to the review group, select the group from the list and click the User tab up here. Click the plus sign, and search and tick off everyone who should be a group member. When you are satisfied, click OK. Once you have a review group, the next step is to create a review task. As I mentioned earlier, a review task is a periodic task you can set up to review the roles different review groups have to the M3 environment. You find the review tasks under User and Role Review in the left menu. To create a new task, click the plus sign up here. Then, you give the review task an ID and a name. The next thing you need to do is set 2 dates. The first date is the deadline for the manager to approve this review task. If the review task is not approved before this date, it becomes inactive, and can only be reactivated by an administrator. The next date is the expiration date for the review task itself, in other words, how long the users have the privileges assigned to them by the review group. The last thing to do is to click the Add button, to link the review task to one or more review groups. In this case, I'll select the group I just created. Then I click OK, and Save, to save the review task. When you're done, your task is added to the list. Let me show you how to approve a review task. To see your active reviews, you click Approvals, under User and Role Review in the left menu. To approve a review task, select it from the drop-down list. This gives you an overview of all review groups linked to this task. If you click it, you will see all users connected to this group. Now, you can either click on a specific user, to see which roles it is associated with, and make an approval. Or, you can click on the Role tab up here, and approve everyone who belongs to a specific role. As you can see, when a user or role is approved, it changes color to green. The final thing I want to show you, are the review reports. You find them as the last item, under User and Role Review, in the left menu. These reports can be run at any time during the duration of the review process, and provide a good indication of the progress of the review. If your business is subject to compliance regulations such as SOX, you know how important it is to keep user access up to date. The review module can help you with this, by ensuring that your users' access to M3 is always compliant and ready for audit. And did you know? You don't need any M3 knowledge to use VSE as your daily tool. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video tutorial, and learn VSE with me. What is segregation of duties? And how can you manage this with VINS Security Center, VSE? Segregation of duties, SOD, is an internal control procedure implemented to reduce the risk of errors and fraud. SOD refers to the principle that no user should be given enough privileges to misuse a system, such as Infor M3, on their own. For example, the person who approves purchase orders cannot also authorize checks to be written. SOD is an essential element of a company's security control system. Auditors will look for duty segregation as part of their analysis of a company's system of internal controls, and will downgrade their judgment of the company if there are segregation failures. The way to handle this is to assign the responsibility for different parts of a process to different users or roles. So, how can VSE help you with SOD? VINS Security Solution has an add-on module which we call SOD. Our SOD module makes it easy to set up rules for segregation of duties. If any users or roles have been given access that are in conflict with best SOD practice, the VINS SOD module will provide a good overview of this. It is easy to see where the conflicts are, and VINS SOD lets you handle the conflicts in accordance with your security and compliance regulations. You can decide whether a violation of SOD shall deny a function, or just give a fair warning. We have created reports to extract information of the status regarding SOD, and you can also see the information directly on the screen if you want to. The reports are available on demand or can be scheduled as you prefer. Do you need to start from scratch? Of course not. The VINS SOD module has a standard set of rules to get you started. These rules are based on the work done by a number of our large customers, in cooperation with their auditors. These rules form the basis for Vince's standard SOD rules. Our experience is that this covers about 80% of what a typical company needs. The rules can of course be adjusted if you do not agree with our definitions. You can also add your own rules. I hope you have found this short video on Vince SOD module of interest. The SOD module is part of Vince Security Center. If SOD is a challenge at your company, and you want help to manage this, so that you can live up to the requirements from both your managers and your auditors, please let us know by clicking the link. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to this video about the AD module in VSE. The AD module in Vince Security is a powerful tool for managing user access in Infor M3, providing seamless integration with Active Directory to handle new users and leavers. Investing in the AD module can ensure security and compliance for your company. Let me show you how to set up your AD integration. The first step is to select VSE settings in the left menu, and then click AD settings. Here, you add your server name, a port number, the root distinguished name, and a group name, if you have one. Then you enter your username and password. At the bottom of the form you will find a checkbox. If you tick it, your AD manager will receive an email when a new AD user is created in VSE. When you're done, simply click Save, and your VSE instance is connected to your Active Directory. Let me show you how to create an AD group. Select AD integration in the left menu, and click List AD Groups. This gives you an overview of all the groups in your Active Directory. To create a new one, click the plus sign at the top of the page. Then you give the new AD group a name, and enter the name of your LDAP. At the bottom of the form you will find a checkbox. If you tick it, VSE will automatically map members of this group to the AD roles you want. We'll come back to roles in just a moment. Click Save to add the new group. In the overview, we now see that the new group has been added. If I click it, we get more detailed information. Here we can edit the group. To connect it to one or more divisions, I click this tab, and then the plus sign. Here, I can now choose which divisions I want to connect this group to. By using the radio buttons on the right, I mark the main division. When I'm done, I click Save. As mentioned earlier, I can also link AD roles to my group, by first clicking on the Role tab, and then the plus sign. As we can see, some roles are marked in red. That indicates that a segregation of duties conflict has been detected for this role. In this way, VSE helps you avoid SOD violations. I search and select the roles I want, before clicking Save to confirm. If I click the SOD tab, we get an overview of any segregation of duties violations for this group, but as we can see, the list is empty, and everything is okay. Finally, I will show you how to import your AD users. Click Users, in the left menu, and select List New Users. Here, click the import icon at the top of the page. In the dialog box that pops up, you can either choose to run an import immediately, or schedule a daily, weekly, or monthly import. You can also choose what time of day you want the automatic import to run. I want to run the import now, and as you can see, VSE is now importing my AD users. When the import is finished, we can look up the last user I created in my AD test environment, Harold Jakovsky. If I click the name, I can see all the AD information made available via the import I just run. To add him to VSE, I simply click Create User. In the dialog box that pops up, I choose what kind of user type he should be, and what kind of license type he should have. I also tick the box for him to have API access. Then I click Save. Harold is now registered as a user in VSE, and to find him again, I click List Users under Users in the left menu. Then I look him up in the search field. And here he is. If I click on the User Info tab, we can see that Harold has 3 roles and access to 18 functions. We can click on the Division tab to see which companies and divisions he has access to. From here, we can also edit the user information, if there is anything we want to add or change. If I now go back to my AD integration, and click List AD Groups, to find the group I created earlier in the video, we see that our friend Harold is actually linked to the group. If Harold for some reason has his status changed in AD, and is deactivated, he will also be deactivated in VSE the next time an import of users is run. Well, that's it. That was all I wanted to show you of the AD module in VSE. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video tutorial, and learn VSE with me. Hello, and welcome to this video about the API Security module in VSE. The API module in VSE makes it easy to control access to your APIs and align your API security settings with your Infor M3 function settings. It provides comprehensive API security, and ensures that your APIs are secure and compliant with auditor requirements. By using the API module, you can reduce the risk of data theft and other security threats, and demonstrate to auditors that you have effective controls in place. With this module, managing API access in your M3 environment has never been easier. So, let's get started, and let me show you how it works. APIs are connected to functions, and we can provide a list of suggested API to function mapping, but you can also set it up in the way that you would prefer. When you add an API to a function, you can select on a transactional level, which transaction should be accessible for that function. You can see all the transactions by selecting a detailed view. Functions are connected to roles. In this example you can see we have 3 roles. We have one that has write access, one that has read access, and one with no access. What this means is you can control on a role level if the role itself should have read access, write access, or no API access at all. Roles are connected to users, making it easy to keep track of which user has which role. In this example, Ben has the write purchase role, and through that, he gains access to PPS 200 with write access. If I click the API tab, I can see all the APIs and transactions Ben has access to. Since Ben has write access, he has all the different transactions, including add and delete. If I switch to Matt, who has the read-only role, and go to the API section, I can see that Matt only has access to read APIs and not write APIs. If I go to the user Alice, she has access to the write role, but in the user settings, I have selected that Alice should not have any API access. So, if I go to the API tab, I can see that Alice has no API access. If I jump over to our M3 environment, and search for Ben, I can see that he has all these transactions. But if I look at Matt, he only has the read transactions, and poor Alice doesn't have any transactions at all, in SES 005. And that's it. That's how easy it is to control your API security with VSE. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video tutorial, and learn VSE with me.
What if your IT systems could tell you about business-critical issues, real-time? See how this is possible with Vince Butler, VBU. The job of Vince Butler is to monitor business-critical components of your IT environment continuously. The databases for this monitoring can be collected from different sources, not just from Infor M3, but also from third-party systems. Typically, VBU covers monitoring of deviations or errors in your business processes, master data integrations or environments. In many cases, VBU can automatically run jobs correcting the errors. For many ERP installations, including Infor M3, identifying and fixing errors is both time-consuming and stressful. Often, issues are not detected until someone calls in to report a problem. This is where Vince Butler comes in handy. Vince Butler will react immediately if things go wrong, and pinpoint the exact cause of your problems. A set of pre-configured rules can enable VBU to respond automatically if an error occurs, and notify the appropriate person directly. For a fast and safe troubleshooting, you can set Vince Butler to restart especially time-critical functions on its own. This way, problem resolution begins without any delay. Vince Butler lets you stay on top of the information flow for your whole M3 environment, and all business-critical processes. With VBU, you know the health status of your whole environment all the time, even for your communication channels. Vince Butler's flexibility makes it a tool for the whole business, not just for IT. In other departments, information presented in colorful dashboards based on real-time information can share important news and milestones. Your colleagues will be notified immediately when KPIs have been met, or thresholds have been passed. In short, with Vince Butler you can eliminate unnecessary delays and reduce stress in IT, and in other departments too. Therefore, you can focus on delivering timely projects instead. I hope you found this short video on Vince Butler of interest. If you want to discuss in detail, please let us know by clicking the link. Thank you.